Just when I thought there wasn't room enough for another thought in my head, I had this great idea. Call it a philosophy of life, if you will. Briefly, it involved living the way philosophers live, according to a set of principles. Okay, but which ones? That was the hardest part, I admit, but I had a kind of dull knowledge of what it would be like. Everything, from eating watermelon or going to the bathroom, or just standing on a subway platform, lost in thought for a few minutes, or worrying about rainforests would be affected, or more precisely, inflected by my new attitude. I wouldn't be preachy or worry about children and old people, except in the general way prescribed by our clockwork universe. Instead, I sort of let things be what they are, while injecting them with the serum of the new moral climate. I thought I stumbled into a stranger, accidentally presses against a panel, and a bookcase slides back, revealing a winding staircase with greenish light somewhere down below, and he automatically stepped inside, and the bookcase slides shut as is customary on such occasions.
At once a fragrance overwhelms him, not saffron, not lavender, but something in between. He thinks of cushions like one of his uncle's Boston Bull Terrier to lie on watching him, quizzically pointed ear tips folded over, and then the great rush is on. Not a single idea emerges from it. It's enough to disgust you with thought, but then you remember something William James wrote in some book of his you never read. It was fine, it had the witness powder of life lasted over it, by chance of course, yet still looking for evidence of fingerprints. Sometimes had handled it even before formulated it, though the thought was his and his alone.
It's fine in summer to visit the seashore. There are lots of little trips to be made. A grove of pledging, Aspen, welcome to the traveler. Nervy are the public toilets where weary pilgrims have carved their name and addresses, and perhaps message as well, message to the world, as they sat and thought about the day do after using the toilet and washing their hands at the sink, prior to stepping out into the open again. Had they been coaxed in by principle, and were their works philosophy of however crude the sort? I confess I can move no farther along the train of thought. Something blocking it, something I'm not big enough to see over. Or maybe I'm frankly scared. What was the matter with how I accept before? But maybe I can come up with a compromise.
I let things be what they are, sort of. In the autumn, I put up jealous of the serbs against the winter, call them futility, and that will be a human thing and intelligent as well. I won't be embarrassed by my friends' dumb remarks or even my own. Though, admittedly, that's the hardest part, as when you are in a crowded theater and something you say riles the spectator in front of you.
He doesn't even like the idea of two people near him talking together. Well, he's got to be flushed out so the hunters can have a crack at him. This thing works both ways, you know. You can always be worrying about others and keeping track of yourself at the same time.
That awardly is in about as much fun as I think the reading of the people you do not know. Still, there's a lot of fun to be had in the gaps between it's that's what they read or.
Now, I want you to go out there and enjoy yourself. And yes, enjoy your philosophy of life too.
They don't come along every day. Look out, there's a big one.